And if anyone would get caught, the punishment was 80 strikes with a huge cane called gonjang. The king had to actually ban from making it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Jung's Table. Today we have a very special traditional Korean cookie called Yakgwa. And back in history, it was banned from making it, and when you get caught, you would literally get slapped from the king. When you look at it, it looks pretty simple. It's just like a flower-shaped deep fried cookie. But back in when it was first made in Goryeo Dynasty, which was around 900 to 1300 AD, all the ingredients like the flour, the sesame seed, the sesame oil, honey, they were all considered very luxurious ingredients that it was not easy to make. And because they were so rare, when they first created it, they didn't just treat it as normal food, they treated it as like a medicine. And that's why the name also is Yakgwa, where yak in Korean means medicine and kwa is just treat. Now there is also a religious background that made this yakgwa even more popular. Back then, it was about the time when Buddhism was introduced to Korea, and because of Buddhism, people weren't allowed to use meat on ritual or ceremonial tables, and that's why they started using sweets like this yakgwa. And this wasn't just popular in Korea, it was also a big hit in China as well. The Yuan dynasty, the Chinese really loved it and called it the Koreabyung, where Korea coming from the Korea's name back then, Korea, and then byung is also a snack. And there are also historical records showing the Korean servants giving it as a gift to the Chinese people, and where in the Beijing royal banquets, they would serve koreabyung. Now, because yakgwa was so good and that people just kept making it despite the luxurious ingredients, the king had to actually ban from making it. During the Joseon dynasty, they made it illegal for people to make yakgwa outside the palace, especially during the famine or political chaos. And if anyone would get caught, the punishment was 80 strikes with a huge cane called gonjang. Now, if you've seen a lot of K-dramas, you might seen a scene where the king shouts out a sentence and then the guards just start whacking the person right on the spot. And that thing they use is gonjang. Now, because such a history and the luxury behind it, people would even use it as a gift or bribery to the officials or royal class people. Now today I brought several kinds of yakgwa, the old traditional one and then the chestnut flavored, one variation that I think started from North Korea in Kaesong, and that's why it's called Kaesong yakgwa, and then this mini-me that you can easily find in the convenience store. So today I'll tell you how it's different and tastes like one by one. Well, first of all, starting with this mini-me version. When you see it, it's almost like a cookie dough. It's like dense, and inside it, I don't know if you can see, but it's like a little moist. I think it's from that honey syrup. And it also tastes similar to like that very dense cookie dough, like a snickerdoodle, but with that little bit of oily taste at the end because it's like a deep fried flour. And from the sweet, it's not so artificially sweet as well because it's made out of honey. And that sweet gradually just like spreads across your mouth. Now you can easily find this in like convenience store, or I heard even in Daiso. It's like a Korean dollar store. And these are individually packed. So it's a great present to give to a group, like just giving a bunch out to individual person. And so this time, let's try this bigger one. And like you can even see it has more like honey onto it. It's like glossy and almost like you can feel the stickiness. Can you see the honey stretching? This was more like a cookie, but like this is more soft. I mean, the dough itself is also very like moist. And then the amount of honey is like not even comparable. This is so sweet. It feels like it's one of those like deep fried Korean donuts. It's like, it has that oily taste / smell of that deep fried flour, but all the batter is soaked up all the honey, so it's like very sweet in the beginning, but it kind of evens out at the end if you keep eating it and get all the like batters in your mouth. I would say the texture wise, this is like more softly baked like brownie or cake, and this outside at the very end, this is like a little crunchy, so it has that crunchy texture as well. I would say it's like pretty similar to that, I forgot the name, but like little sugar candies that a lot of people eat during Halloween. The texture is pretty the same as that. So that was the very traditional classic yakgwa, and this time let's try this a little more small, but at the side you can see like it has all the layers like a crepe, and apparently this one has a little bit of that chestnut inside too. Oh, this is harder to break like the other one. But when you see it, it's like a pastry, I guess, with all like the layers on top of each other. It's amazing how the same dessert can taste this different. I had this one before. Actually, this is the one I usually have, so I was like pretty used to it. And this one, I bought it from like the traditional market, so obviously it has that original classic flavor, and it was really good. I liked it more than I thought I would because I thought it would be too sweet. But this one, I saw it, the shop right next to it, thinking it was quite different, and from the description it had all the layers and top of each other, and so you get all the different texture from each layer, like a little more crunchy, and I thought it would be a little more like light, less dense like this. Yeah, so let's just move on to the final version, the one I mentioned you about, the North Korean version. The gaesongjuak. This one also, as you can see, has all the layers like the pastry. I hope it tastes a little different from this because I don't know, that wasn't that good. So when you first open it, oh, it doesn't open like neatly as I thought. Now in Korea, when you make these kind of desserts, we don't use just regular syrup. We use a grain-induced honey. So like that's why it has that like, I don't know how you say it, like that grainy, like that very deep flavor instead of just like sweet honey. And I feel like this really has that to its max point because it's not just sweet, it's like, I feel like that I'm almost eating like a bread. It has that like the weedy flavor inside it. Maybe it's because the dough itself is very strong, but compared to the other ones, I do definitely feel that like the grainy flavor. And so more than a dessert, I think this would be a snack compared to the other versions. And again, this is not like crispy like I expected. Maybe it's because it's been already long since they made it, and it could be different if I tried the freshly made yakgwa. But yeah, that was a little disappointing that it wasn't like as crispy or like that crunchy. But still, I think if you're imagining it like you're eating a cookie, then you won't get too disappointed, especially because it's not just like that sugar sweet, it has that grainy flavor, so it adds another layer. And I've also never tried this gaesong yakgwa before, and from the image, I thought it would be much similar to that Turkish dessert baklava, but it's less sweet surprisingly, and it has, yeah, more of that cookie dough flavor. Now in Korea, there are a couple of variations that came out of this yakgwa, and one of them, like they actually legit put this on top of the cookie dough and make a cookie out of it. But the most simple version you can make out at your home is just simply adding an ice cream and making an ice cream sandwich. So today I brought the macadamia Häagen-Dazs and the vanilla one. I also do this sometimes when I'm home, especially because I enjoy these small ones. I just put them in and then just scoop it with the spoon and eat it together. Now this is especially good because, as I said, it's almost as if eating a cookie, so you get a little thirsty, but when you eat it with ice cream, you get that milky sweetness with that honey sweetness, and it also kind of alleviates your thirst. So this is the combo that I really like, and it's also easy to make. And if you're worried that it's too sweet, honestly, that chocolate cookie sandwich is a lot more sweeter than this yakgwa ice cream sandwich. And this time, let's try the original classic one on top. I'm also excited with this one too. And this time, let's try the vanilla one. Now, second one at this original one, it kind of reminded me of that gooey bar, that the texture I think is very similar. And honestly, if you give me a cup of milk, I think I could finish at least half of these. So I'm kind of glad that I don't have it with me right now, because if I had this much of yakgwa, I'll be afraid I'm gonna have like the diabetes, or at least I'll be afraid of gaining more weight. But if you do get to try this original one, I think you really like it, especially when you microwave it for like 10 to 15 seconds. So it's like a little bit warm cookie dough with a cup of milk. The refreshing milk with this sweetness, I think you'll have at least 4 of them at one seat. And alright, that was it for today's story about Yakgwa, the Korean dessert that people love so much that even the king had to ban it. And I really hope after watching this video you get curious and have the audacity to order it and try it yourself. And I think it will not disappoint you, especially with the combinations I just introduced you to about that ice cold milk with that warm yakgwa. And if you happen to know any other combinations that I didn't mention about, please leave them in a comment so I can try them later. And thank you for watching always, and please don't forget to like and subscribe the video. Thank you, goodbye.